Vanakkam. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my video series CATIA with Automation. In this video, we are going to see how to create pattern using macro. Yes, using macro, not the regular pattern which is available with CATIA V5. Now, let's see an example here. Okay, I'll consider a plate of dimension 200 mm as length and 100 mm as width. And the diameter of the hole is 10 mm and there are 9 rows inside and 2 columns. The gap between each row is 20 mm and the gap between the column is 50 mm and from the edge to the first column is 25 and the other column also has 25 mm. Now the part is created. The next step is to create plate. To do that, I'm going to draw the sketch for the plate. So I'm taking YZ as my reference plane. Okay. I'm going to draw my sketch from 00 coordinates. Why I'm taking 00 coordinates is it will be easy to do the calculation in macros. I can show the difference when I'm creating macro. So the length of the part as 200 mm and width as 100 mm. So going to click on pad now. The default thickness is 20 mm. I'm going to retain the same. I'm not going to make any changes. Okay. The next step is to create holes. So I'm going to record the process of creating one hole so that I can use that codes to create the pattern. To do the recording, I'm going to click Tools, Macro, Start Recording, and I'm going to change the name as hole. Now I'm going to click on hole icon. I'm going to select plane as my reference, not the surface. The reason why I'm taking plane as my reference is because if I change something with the pad, then the surface will get changed, but the planes won't be get changed, or the coordinate values like some points like so we will have the constant coordination value. Sorry, coordinate value. So it is always better to select for planes or like points or some lines or some coordinate values as reference if you guys are using macros. So I hope now you can find the difference why I am selecting plane instead of selecting the surface. Now we can see the hole is appearing on the non-material side. So I'm going to reverse it. So I'm going to click reverse. Okay. And we can see the shape of the hole has V bottom. I no need V bottom, so I'm going to change it to flat. And the depth is right now is 10 mm and I'm going to change it 20 mm because we retain the default thickness 20 mm. Perfect. We have created the hole now. So I'm going to click OK. See, the hole is created very close to the edge and this is not what we want. So we want the hole to be created as shown in this image 20 mm away from this edge and 25 mm from this edge. So how we are going to change this value is I'm not going to change this value here. I'm going to change the value inside the code. Okay. Before doing that, I'm going to delete this hole because I no need this hole as my reference. Delete. Delete all. Yes. Tools, macros, and macros, hole, edit. You guys may ask why it is given in Y and Z, not in X and Y. I can show it in CATIA. Okay. We can see the sketch is drawn in YZ plane. So the values are with respect to y, z. So it is the reason why we can see the values only in y and z, not in x. Okay. To achieve the hole in right position, we should adjust the value of y and z. So the value of y here is 20 mm and the value of z is 25 mm. So I'm going to change the value 20, 25. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this code and see what it's going to create. Guys, sometimes this create an error, but actually it is not an error. If you are getting a compiler error, sometimes what you can do is simply give a single quotation, so those lines will not be considered as a code, and these are reference lines, so and it will allow you to pass to the next line. So now again running it, it ran, the hole is created in the exact location. Let's measure it. 20 mm, yes, 20 mm, and it has to be 25, 25. Okay, perfect. Next, we have to create 8 more holes to create one complete column. How we are going to achieve it? So to do that, I'm going to introduce a new concept called for loop inside the coding. These for loops and if conditions and some more things which will not be readily available with the recording process. So it is always the engineer concept, like the engineer concept. Only the engineer can decide where I can use my for loop or like if conditions. In this code, I'm going to show you how we can use for loop as well as if condition. Okay, so in this place right now we have to create 8 more holes. To do that, I'm going to introduce for loop just before the hole start to create. Okay, how many holes we have to create? 8? No, it's not 8 actually. It is totally 9 holes. So I'm going to enter for I equal to 1 to 9. There are total 9 number of rows. So I'm entering 9. If you guys forget, I can show you the image. See, it's total 9. So when I give for, then I have to give next. So I'm giving next. Because why I'm creating the next here is these complete lines belongs to hole creation process. So I have to create 9 holes. So I need all these codes in my whole creation process. So I have to repeat this step for 9 times. Okay, I've done. I've created, I introduced the for loop. Now what will happen? Okay, when I run this whole, okay, before I explain it, I think it's better to run the code because so that you guys can understand very easily. So I'm deleting this whole because I'm running this code. Guys, you are getting an error. Let's see what happens. You know why you are getting this error when I'm updating this part? Because the whole what you have created here and the next hole is also creating at the same location. That means we are not given the pitch value or the gap between the holes. So how to achieve that? That we are going to see. If you are able to achieve this, then this error won't come again. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to stop. So let's come to the code where it's going to change. The value is going to get changed in here, the y location. How to change this value? So I'm going to introduce a new term called p, which is nothing but pitch equal to 20. Okay. and I'm going to enter P here. Okay. So by doing this, I'm not making a big difference in the code. I'm just having the same code but with different style. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this with I. So in our case, I is row number. So the first row has a pitch difference of 20. So because I is equal to 1, when the second row comes, this Y value will change to 40 because I is equal to 2. So P is equal to 20, which will be like 40. So we can run this tool now and see how it gives the result. So I'm going to delete the existing code because we no need to have them, then it will create a confusion. Run. Super. Let's see. Okay, the holes are created. Number of holes. See, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 holes, and the gap between the holes 20. 20. It's perfect. And from this edge 25. It's 25. Super. So now we have created the first column with 9 rows. What we have to do is we have to create the second column. To do that, I'm going to again introduce for loop. But where I have to introduce for loop? I'm going to introduce the for loop just above this whole creation process of rows, because I need these 9 holes to be created again in the second column also. So I'm going to create just above number of rows for j equal to 1 2. Can you say what is the value I have to enter? Yes, it's 2 because we're having 2 columns. Okay. When I give for, then I have to end with next. When we are giving like this two next to each other, okay, then we may get some confusion. To avoid that, I'm going to give single quotation and say I and number of rows. Here j number of column. Now I have to change one value. The value is like this z value. So to do that, I'm going to introduce new term called if condition, because there are many possible ways to do that. But I want to introduce if condition so that you can understand what the use of if condition. If j equal to 1, then I'm saying c equal to 25. Then else if j equal to 2, that is second column, then I'm saying c equal to 25 plus 50. We can see it here, 25 plus 50, sorry, 25 plus 50, and I'm ending it end if. So I'm going to change this 25 to c. I'm deleting all the holes and I'm going to run the tool again, macro. It's done. Super. You guys can see you guys are able to create that like a pattern using macro with the help of pattern tool, which is available within CATIA. So this is the first step for you guys. to move on to this automation process. I'm ending the video here, but in my next video, I'm going to show you how to change the diameter without changing the value in the code. So I'm going to create a user interface or like a pop-up messages to indicate when the tool is complete. Please subscribe and follow my channel for more videos. See you guys in part 2. Bye bye. Have a nice day.